If there's one thing we can't argue about is how iPhones are made to last. Now, I just picked up the iPhone 14 Pro on Facebook Marketplace. I've had it for about 3 weeks now, and this has been my experience. Now, the first thing I love about the 14 Pro in the year 2025 is the fact that the phone does not look outdated whatsoever, and that's because Apple has kept that same design language for all its Pro devices. So iPhone 14 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro look identical. The only difference is being the 15 Pro has slightly thinner bezels and the mute switch is now a button. Literally nobody has been able to tell me which phone this is. Like, no one has been able to guess it correctly. Now, if you've never used the Pro iPhone, the first thing that you're gonna notice is that the phone is heavy. Literally, this phone feels like a brick in my hand. With the stainless steel frame also comes durability. That means the phone is much tougher. So if you drop the phone, you're literally gonna hurt what you drop the phone on instead of the phone. So I've been praying so hard that I do not drop this phone on my face as I'm laying in bed at night. So what does the 14 Pro have to offer? Well, we get a 6.1-inch OLED display with up to 120 Hz of refresh rate, which is ProMotion, which is the same as the 15 Pro and the 16 Pro. You get the same size and resolution as the 15 Pro, with the 16 Pro having slightly better resolution but same display across the board. With all three phones offering up to 2000 nits of peak brightness, you're not gonna have any issues using this device in outdoor conditions where it is bright and sunny. The display is still gonna be bright enough for you to see clearly. Now, when it comes to performance, I haven't had any issues with the iPhone 14 Pro. It is using the A16 Bionic with 6 gigs of RAM, which is the same as the base iPhone 15, and the phone is smooth. Now, paired with that 120 Hz ProMotion and the A16 Bionic chip, the phone is buttery smooth. So whether I'm playing demanding games like Call of Duty Warzone at the highest of settings, or I'm doing heavy video editing on CapCut, or like normal daily usage like scrolling through social media or whatever else you're gonna use the phone for, you aren't gonna experience any issues. The phone is still a beast in 2025. So yes, that's another positive of the iPhone 14 Pro. Now let's talk cameras, which is where the iPhone 14 Pro actually shines. This was the first device where Apple upgraded from a 12 megapixel main sensor to a 48 megapixel main sensor. Now this means you get about 3 times more resolution in your pictures and videos. Now you get 3 rear cameras, which is a 48 megapixel main, a ultra wide, and a 3x telephoto lens. And you also get a 12 megapixel front facing camera. Now all 4 cameras shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and the iPhone 14 Pro also has ProRes, but you don't get the ProRes log, which is in the 15 and the 16. You only get ProRes. Now this means that you can shoot high quality videos, but you need extra storage to handle that. Now the iPhone 14 Pro's camera capabilities are unquestionable. The phone shoots high quality pictures, high quality videos, and you aren't gonna go wrong if you're buying this phone for the camera. The front facing camera shoots amazing video and quality pictures, as well as the 3 rear cameras, and comparing them to the latest iPhones, you are going to see slight differences, but most of the time you're not going to be able to tell which phone took which picture, and that is because the cameras are that good. Now if you think I'm lying, just go ahead and look at the camera comparisons between the 14 all the way to the 16, and you will see that the differences are not worth the upgrades. Even the 14 Pro is still solid. Now let's talk about the battery, which is one of the most important things in a smartphone. So if you're getting the phone refurbished, that means they have put a new battery, and your battery health should be at about 100%. So you're not gonna have any issues. You are gonna get that performance of the phone if you had gotten it brand new. Now if you're getting it used like I did, I got it at 87% of battery health. The phone still lasts me an entire day as long as I'm not heavily using it, like playing games and editing videos for long periods of time. But if I am doing that and using the camera, which is what I mostly use this phone for, then I am gonna need to recharge the phone during the day. But other than that, the battery is still solid, and the 120 Hz is actually one of the contributing factors to the battery getting finished quicker. So if you want your battery to last long, I would suggest you turn off the 120 Hz, you lower your brightness and switch off all these networks that you're not using But other than that, the battery is still solid in this phone, so you're not gonna have any issues with that. It just depends on how you buy the phone. Now, before I bought the iPhone 14 Pro, I was considering another device, which is the iPhone 15 as well as the 16e, which recently just came out. Now the 16e does have the A18 Bionic. It also has Apple Intelligence and it performs better, but it has a notch and one rear camera, which is a 48 megapixel main, but the sensor is small, so it does not come close to producing the quality of pictures and videos that the iPhone 14 Pro offers. Now with the iPhone 15, it has two lenses, which is the same cameras as the 14 Pro. You get the dynamic island as well as thinner bezels, and you also get the USB-C, but the phones still have the same chip and both devices are not getting Apple Intelligence. So I chose the iPhone 14 Pro because I'm getting same dynamic island, I'm getting a stronger smartphone and 3 rear cameras, which are slightly better than the iPhone 15 by the way, as well as the 120Hz display. So the iPhone 15 still has a 60Hz display. So on the 14 Pro I get more cameras with better quality, I get better build quality as well, and I get the dynamic island, slightly thicker bezels, but that does not bother me, as well as the lightning port. So the iPhone 15 just has the USB-C and thinner bezels compared to the iPhone 14 Pro. Let me know down in the comments if this is a phone that you would rather get, or you'd rather go and get the 16e without the dynamic island with one rear camera, but you also get USB-C and the A18 chipset as well as Apple Intelligence. Now with that concludes my review of the 14 Pro. So you get all the perks of a Pro iPhone, you get a look that is still not outdated. Man, the 14 Pro is still a solid device for me, and I would rate it like 4.5 out of 5 peak experience. So if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and make sure you comment the smartphone you're using or the iPhone you're thinking of getting, then I can give you my honest opinion on it, if it's still worth getting in 2025, or maybe you want to upgrade, or what options you have. Let me know in the comment and I will let you know.